Brickmaniacs, welcome back. Today we are very, very excited to announce our all-new World War I Part 2 book.
Right,
The Great War Vol.II. Volume 2. As you can see before you, this is a crazy assortment of models that we've had out before. Maybe some new ones in here as well.
There is some new stuff. There's actually stuff that didn't even make it onto the table. We don't even have display copies.
We're missing a few copies.
Right, our copies are out at various locations other than here. So.
Yeah, where do you want to start, Dan?
Where do we want to start?
So first off, the Bruno is just kind of we're showing off what this new model here can carry. This is a kit sold separately, just a note.
So Bruno does not come with the book. We have Bruno here because, and by popular demand, people have asked us to put the locomotive featured in our video and the boxcar from the video. This is a special ammunition boxcar.
So those are both in the book.
They are both in the book, Great War Brick. So let me just show you something here. You can you can build this awesome locomotive. We should want to tell people that this doesn't handle regular radius Lego curves. You'll have to do a little bit of customization if you want to have it handle regular radius curves, radii curves. We actually have some curves. These are special curves here from, what is it, Brick Tracks?
Brick Tracks.
Brick Tracks.
Link in the description.
Yes.
Cool. So you want to start off with this kit?
Well, why don't we just show off the book?
Okay.
I mean, we could show. Do we really need to show it off? It's a train. It's an awesome train. Look at the video. It's an awesome train.
I think we probably should show off how awesome
this is a Prussian T90 or T9.3 locomotive. So these were built in like the early part of the 20th century as the main locomotive of the German railway. And of course, because they were everywhere in Germany, they ended up being everywhere that the Germans went in World War I. And when we found historical references of the Bruno gun, they seemed to be pulled by this thing. We actually have found pictures of armored versions of this thing. We didn't know how to really do the armored version. I mean, I don't think that was super common. So we didn't bother doing the armored skirts that go around it.
Maybe next time.
Yeah, maybe next time. Maybe you can do your own your own research. Yeah, but this is just a cool bonus. The boxcar, as well as John Canepa made the boxcar to go with it. So if you have a Bruno at home and you want to have all the add-ons, this is the way to go. And we should also mention that we just restocked the Bruno to go with the book. So because we knew that we couldn't put the Bruno in the book because it's oversized and it's a different format.
Speaking of that oversized, going back to the tracks. So Lego has a really tight, that radius is insanely tight, nothing like you'd see in real life. Trains just buckle off there. So this company actually produces an aftermarket train track that we really like. So.
Right, and they're click in exactly 1-to-1 with the Lego system. Very nice.
So we actually, Cody designed the Bruno for a realistic track scale, so that...
Yeah, you can actually make the T90, or the T9, I keep calling it T90. The T9 can actually go on a normal radii, Lego radii, but you're going to want to do some rearrangement of the wheel arrangement, or the flanges on the main tracks, and also have to put on different couplers.
Right.
So easy. If you're a trained person, you'll know how to do all that stuff, no problem.
Right. Do you want to talk about the boxcar then? Show that off in front of the camera quick.
Well, the boxcar. Let's pull this out. Let's pull this bad boy off the track here. If you've seen the Bruno video, you'll know that you can actually put the roof down. You can rebuild it so the roof. Right now it's open, so the crane can access the ammunition that goes in this boxcar.
Speaking of ammunition, I don't know if you can see down that.
Yeah, it does come with ammunition, but it's not a kit. You're gonna have to get your own ammunition.
Nice working door.
The wheels on these were from Big Ben Bricks, so we should just point out that these are not standard train wheels. These are from Big Ben Bricks, another aftermarket company that we like to use their products of.
So what's special about those wheels?
Those are larger than normal train wheels. Lego train wheels are for a certain, they make them one size.
Right.
I should also point out that they, in later years, actually started copying some of these larger size wheels. Right. So you can get some larger wheels from Lego, as we used in the S160, but they do not make this particular size. All the information on where you're going to be able to order that stuff and
all in the book.
Yep, and the actual sizes and which parts are used are all in the book. But this is the first time we've actually included trains in one of our instruction books.
That's cool.
So.
Okay, maybe start from left from right, or we want to go off the back of the book?
Well, let's start with the models that are here.
Sure. All right.
So that is the Nieuport. It's a Nieuport fighter. So a French fighter plane in World War I. This is one of the kits, one of 4 aircraft in the book. We only have 3 with us, so 1 of 4 aircraft. It's a Nieuport. Another SPAD. This is the S-13. This is actually, if you look at the numbers and the stickers that come with it, this is actually Eddie Rickenbacker's plane from the famed Hat and Ring Squadron. And of course, Eddie Rickenbacker was one of the gorgeous model. Right? He was one of the main. I think he was the leading American fighter race in World War I. What else we have? They have the D.VII, Fokker D.VII biplane. It was developed with under the guidance of Baron von Richthofen. Of course, he died before this was actually released as an actual fighting plane, but this was the sort of the German answer to some of the more high-performance Allied fighters that were coming out towards the end of the war.
And what's the fourth airplane that comes with the book?
Is the Fokker, it's the Eindecker, the Fokker Eindecker.
Yes.
So, the famous, the original Fokker Scourge. This is Germany's most effective early war combat airplane, but we don't have a copy of it here. You'll just have to get it in the book.
That's right.
So we have some staff cars. We have German staff car. Also, we have the British equivalent. So we have two staff cars. Of course, officers not included. You'll have to get your own soldiers, but the stickers, everything that you need to make these come in the book. Keep on going. Let's go down the line.
Maybe we'll come. There we go.
So this is the Char Schneider. This is the first French tank of World War I.
Very first French tank.
Yep, and often considered the first tank. Period. It has one. The main armament is in the sponson here. You've got the heavier gun, and then of course you have two machine guns on each side. It has this funky signal thing.
Yeah, obviously it's an incredibly interesting looking vehicle. I mean, unlike anything else, right?
Right. Well, it's essentially a tractor or like a bulldozer with a armored box around it, and guys had to fight around the engine and all that other stuff. So very noisy, very early tank, but very simple concept. Let's just build an armored box around an existing tractor.
Gotta get started somehow. All right.
So we have a Ford ambulance. So this is a World War I ambulance. It's kind of cool little kit. It has some neat features. You can take the little stretcher comes in.
And we had released this as a kit before.
Oh yeah, most of what you see here, just about everything you see here is a kit, except for of course the rail cars were never made as a kit. So you have some kind of neat features with the ambulance, typical of the Brickmania kits. This one here is unique.
Here we go.
So this is the Liberty truck. So when the United States entered World War I, the government stepped in and said, we need to make a standardized truck so that all of our troops over in Europe will be able to use one truck, one set of spare parts, one training on how to repair this thing. So they came up with what was called the Liberty truck, and it was a bunch of different designers got together and they came up with a standardized truck. This being it's the forerunner for the Deuce and a Half of World War II fame. So in the instruction book, it shows you how to make it with all Lego parts. And of course, the fabric cover does not come with it. It would make, the book is already over an inch thick. We couldn't afford to just throw in the fabric covers. It would make the book unprofitable for us, I guess would be the term. So we've made a separate pack where you get the fabric covers. I have one right here, actually. Fabric covers. And this particular pack, not only does it come with the fabric covers, but it actually has these specially made, they're 3D printed, so really experimental. The guys did a really good job making these cool 3D printed wheels, and for the first time ever, they're rubber tires.
Right.
Actual.
That's right. Yeah, it wouldn't have been very practical for us to try and include this in the book. So this is a nice little standalone pack. It's got a bunch of unique custom prototype things.
Right. So this is optional. This is available for a limited time.
So we understand there's some Lego purists out there that only want to use official pieces. That's cool.
You can make the truck without the cover, without the parts. It does show you how to make it with all pure Lego parts. So, next one.
There we go.
This is a British lorry with, I think it's a Type J Lorry with I believe, with the anti-aircraft. This is the 7. Do I gotta remember what kind of gun is that? It says a Type J Lorry, but it doesn't say what kind of gun on it. I forgot. It's a 13-pounder, I believe.
Someone will correct us on that.
13-pounder anti-aircraft, quick firing. Yep. So this is an anti-aircraft gun, of course, when you have airplanes, and the next thing you want to do is something to shoot them down.
All right, you're up.
Yes. This
is one of my favorites.
This is the famous it's the French, basically the French 155. So I'm not even going to try to butcher the French pronunciation from it. GPF, I believe, is the initials, but it's a massive artillery piece. It actually has a separate piece that you can mount pick the tails up for transporting. And I didn't grab it out of the display case, but it is a multi-part kit. This being This is the same gun that I should point out that the Germans had emplaced at Pointe du Hoc. So this gun actually served in World War II as well, and is the same sort of basis that the American long tom field cannon was designed after. So basically 155 millimeter howitzer. Of course, the 155 is the standard, medium or heavy caliber artillery piece still used today.
Wow.
So, and then we have another guy here. This is actually one of the few Austro-Hungarian pieces that come in this book.
That's right.
So, there's another nice piece of artillery, Austro-Hungarian, and then.
And the last model that we have to show you today.
It's the Mark A Whippet.
Whippet, ever popular Whippet.
Mark
this
A
is
Whippet.
the front, just so you know.
It is another one of these like tractors converted into a tank sort of thing. But this was the British World War I equivalent of their light tanks. So the Mark IVs, Mark Vs would punch through the enemy lines, and the Whippets would exploit the breakthrough. They're fast, small, light, bristling with Hotchkiss machine guns. By the way,
bristling.
when we started doing Great War books, all the little guns and stuff were prototypes. We had to get specially made packs done from Will. Nowadays, almost every gun that we use is either standard or is in some sort of Brick Arms pack, and we are working with Brick Arms to get them available. So by the time this book comes out, you should be able to order the Vickers air-cooled guns, the MG08 air-cooled Maxim guns, so you can actually build these models and not have to like hunt for pieces or use substitutes. You'll be able to get the actual Brick Arms that go with them.
That's right, that's right. And of course, as we mentioned earlier, this book does include a full printed sticker sheet. You want to show that
It
off?
does.
This is the largest sticker sheet that we've included in a book to date. It's massive.
And look where my finger is. It's right, the Moss 15. So we don't have a copy here, but it is an Italian motor torpedo.
Yeah.
So it's actually one of the biggest models in the book. It's 50 pages of instructions. But if you want to build yourself a fleet of torpedo boats to sink your Austro-Hungarian enemy battleships, that's that's the way to go.
Right. So this is our latest book, the Great War Vol.II. Hugely popular. Came after the
Thick this
Volume
thing
1
is.
book.
Look at that.
This is one of our biggest books to date.
It is fully an inch thick.
Right.
Or more than an inch thick. It's like 300 pages. Is that the biggest one we've done?
It's up there. It's up there. Yeah. It's getting the nod. Yeah.
Oh yeah. And of course, this one also has that cool new indestructible cover.
Durable cover. Back in the day when we were just printing it on cardstock, it would kind of get tear off because the book's so dang heavy. But
yeah, this is actually a plastic cover.
Yes.
So just kind of the same stuff that we used to make the skirts for the Panzer III model.
Yeah, again, these books are some of the best ways to kind of build up a cool army using your own pieces that you already have. Yeah, they're awesome. Awesome bang for your buck. Genuine Brickmania instructions.
Yeah, and we should point out that a lot goes into designing Brickmania kits. And if you are looking for Brickmania instructions, getting bootleg instructions on the internet, wherever you're purchasing them, I can assure you we're not getting anything for them. So if you really like what we do, support us by buying the instruction books directly from us.
Absolutely.
We appreciate it.
Yeah, it helps us produce more instructions in the future and keep this awesome thing going.
Right.
So with that, people that are supporting us, thank you very much, very much. We love what we're doing. We hope that you enjoy what we're producing as much as we do, and we want to keep this going. So.
Yep.
Anything else, Dan?
No, that's it.
All right, this is the Great War Vol.II book. So many cool models in this book. Pick one up right now.
Right. For now, we just have the spiral bound. We do hope to have a perfect bound edition available.
Right. That's right. That's right. So it is available online right now and in stores. So thank you very much for watching.